Good afternoon, my name is Luis Rosado and today we will be analyzing the terms of use of the company Priceline.com and discuss possible changes to the user's agreement of the website. First of all, let's discuss what a user agreement or terms of use are and how they shape the user/company relationship. According to Pagarella, 2016, the term user agreement refers to any agreement that puts in place between an owner, operator, or provider of a website, mobile app, or web-based service that dictates and defines the scope of rights and responsibilities between both parties. With this in consideration, we can start to visualize the importance of the terms of use of the website and how they could uphold in a court of law in the case that a dispute arises. How valid of a contract is a term of use when it comes to a company? According to Wood, 2017, there are few things that can make terms of service agreements unenforceable. One of the most common unenforceable terms is the unilateral amendment provisions, which gives a company the right to change its agreement however it wants, whenever it wants, with or without notifying its customer. When it comes into consideration of the enforcement of the terms of use, Wood's 2017 also states one of the most loaded clauses in terms of service agreements, the arbitration clause, was recently given a thumbs up by the US Senate. Arbitration clauses, like the one that Equifax had in its Trusted ID agreement, require customers to settle legal issues with the company through arbitration, which is a privately run and heavily rules in favor of corporations. However, it does become enforceable when company provides arbitration. This is something that Priceline does have stated in the current terms of use agreement. We can find that in Section A, Point 2, Mandatory Arbitration, Priceline.com LLC website terms and conditions. User agreements can become enforceable when visitors click I agree. This is something that Priceline at the moment does not have in their terms of use. It is extremely recommended for Priceline to add this to the website to avoid liability. According to TermsOfUSe.com, this method is called ClickWrap and is done by adding checkbox to the user agreement contract. As of the moment, Priceline.com only shows a browse-wrapped user agreement, which could become difficult to defend if the company needs to go into an arbitration with a consumer. Faro LLP 2012 defines browse wrap. A browse wrap agreement is one where the terms of an agreement are located on a website, but are often connected to the main web page of the product by a hyperlink to another web page that contains the contract's terms and conditions. Normally, there is no affirmative manifestation of assent necessary to agree with the terms located on the link web page. The customer must also affirmatively click the hyperlink to even access and become aware of the terms of the agreement. When it comes to dispute resolution, Pricing.com explicitly states in their user agreement that resolutions have to be done mandatory arbitration as stated in Section A, Point 2. According to Priceline.com, please read this provision carefully. It requires that any and all claims must be resolved by binding arbitration or in small claims court, and it prevents you from pursuing a class action or similar proceedings in any forum. These limitations apply to any claims against Priceline, its subsidiaries or affiliates, any travel service providers or companies offering products or services through the site. Consumers are able to find legal representation, but only through arbitration. While Priceline.com's terms of use are very clear, there are some changes that could potentially be made to make the terms of use more enforceable under the eyes of the law. The first recommendation is to add click wrap box to user agreements. This will ensure that consumers have read and understood the agreement and will potentially hold up as a stronger case in the favor of Priceline.com while on arbitration. A great way for consumers to view any changes that could affect the relationship with the company is by allowing consumers to opt in utilizing RSS feed, and this is as stated by Goldman 2009, and also utilizing TOSBack.org. The Electronic Frontier Foundation 2009 states at www.tosback.org you can see a real-time feed of changes and updates to more than 3,000 policies from the internet's most popular online services. Clicking on an update brings you to a side-by-side before and after comparison, highlighted what has been removed from the policy and what has been added. To conclude, Priceline.com does have a strong and solid terms of user agreement. However, there is absolute room for improvement. Minor changes could protect the company and also add trust from its consumers. One of the most important is adding the click wrap box, and it will ensure there is action from consumers within the agreement instead of hoping that consumers will go into the bottom of the page to find the hyperlink. Thank you so much, and all the references from this transcript can be found in the transcript paper at the bottom. Have an awesome rest of your day.